I'm the best in the world.
What I'd like to have right now.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Because I was right when I was cool.
Are you ready?
It doesn't matter!
I said, are you ready?
I'm a sexy beast, baby! I was up all night!
And I'm on!
Hey folks, oh my god, we're here 2 weeks in a row on
Two times.
For Life Podcast. I think this is a record.
This is a record for this year. Two times. Cheyenne here with the big bumper, Bosch. I'm excited. Let's get right into it. Bosch, let's talk Raw because there's a lot of... Huh?
Do we have to talk Raw?
We have to talk Raw, and I'll tell you exactly why. There's a lot of disappointment as to this past week's Monday Night Raw, and in certain ways, I kind of see it, and normally I, defend everything because I'm a schmuck. But I missed the first hour. If you want to walk me through that.
All right. It's been a very long week. Let me see if I can remember.
It has a long week, but uneventful.
Well, in the world of wrestling, it started with Authority promo. Sheamus came out. He started yelling, "Who looks stupid now?" Then they teased the match with Roman and Sheamus for tonight, and then they were like, "No, you're not getting it tonight." Then Rusev came out and attacked Roman, and then they made a match for Roman and Rusev later in the show.
Okay.
Which was the main event.
Yeah, which when I heard about that, I was like, okay, predictable.
And I think I skipped up until New Day happened.
Okay.
So I missed most of the first. I know the Dudleys faced Harper and Bray. And I think they also faced the other two Wyatt guys on SmackDown, so I guess that's the feud they're going into.
Yeah, it's the Dudleys and the Wyatts, and
it's
looking
funny
like they
because,
got...
back when they started the Brothers of Destruction feud, the Dudleys were like two of the names that came to my mind as guys that could team with the Brothers of Destruction as far as being like an old school team at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Like the only
not to mention that they're basically getting the table match at TLC, and what better guys to do it? It's cool to have the Dudleys in their match.
Yeah.
A pay-per-view that when you really look at it, without the Dudleys, who's to say that TLC would ever been a pay-per-view?
That's true.
So it's really cool.
I just feel like the Dudleys have fallen so hard from when they first came, like the night after SummerSlam when they came back, to that huge pop, to like jobbing to the Wyatts or being on Superstars or the pre-show.
Well, you got to remember, they're probably not in it for all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And if they were to have come in and won the tag titles from the jump,
I don't think they would have won it from the jump, especially against New Day. I just feel like, or maybe because Bubba had such a great run as a singles heel in TNA, to see them go back to their old gimmick is like, like this was cool 15 years ago, but he did such a great job as Bully Ray. I think a lot of people want to see that incarnation of him. I don't know if he'll be able to get it to the extent that he was in TNA.
How old is Bubba now?
He's got to be like in his 40s. Maybe.
I'm gonna look that up. While you continue to raise a good point, I'm gonna look up Bubba Ray's age.
I'm guessing mid 40s.
Instead of looking up pro wrestling tee that I'm never gonna buy.
You're not getting a Mad Braddock's t-shirt?
Maybe, because my nephew's a big fan of his, so I might get it, just for it's good.
I'm trying to remember anything else.
I was looking at their new Jerry Briscoe shirt because I'm a lame like that. Bubba is 44.
Yeah, mid 40s.
And Devon is 43.
Okay, Makes sense.
So, and for those of you who did not know, his real name is Mark LaMonaco, for those who don't want to know. Who want to know.
I mean, I think they used it in TNA when he was doing the whole marrying Brooke Hogan.
Yeah. When they did it with Brooke, they did use it, yeah.
But,
They used it.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember what else happened on Raw. They're still doing the Mex America thing, and he's feuding with Swagger.
When I came in, I think that's when Zeb was doing the Mex America promo. I believe that's what, when I walked into the apartment, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
That's what I saw going on, I think.
Are you a fan of the whole Mex America thing?
I'm indifferent, believe it or not. My thing is, the guy who was saying that America is the greatest, country in the world,
Yeah.
is now the guy saying everybody's equal.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, yeah, you could say, well, isn't that a heel turn because he did a total flip?
Yeah.
But I would much rather that he be like an anti-America all of a sudden, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I could definitely see people have told me that's the same shit, but that's just my take on it. Plus, I feel like Dutch doesn't need Del Rio, and Del Rio doesn't need Dutch. They both could talk.
Exactly, and I think I understand. I mean, I guess they just wanted to do the whole shock at Hell in a Cell, and just say, "Oh wow, we have the anti-Mexican introducing Del Rio when we probably thought he was going to introduce Swagger, but then now they're feuding with Swagger, and I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand why they did it and why they're together, and they are a good pairing. But seeing Del Rio just kind of stand there with the mean face, while I know while Zeb's there talking, I don't know. That's my take on the scenario. I don't think that he really, needs him, quite frankly.
I mean, I think he's a good talker, and in Lucha Underground, he did a really good job, like in his promos, and was a really good babyface in Lucha Underground. So.
Yeah, and then we all know Del Rio doesn't need Ricardo, or vice versa.
Yeah.
I never thought after a while that Ricardo needed Del Rio. I thought the pairing of Van Dam made 0 sense.
Oh, yeah.
But that's just my take on the scenario, quite frankly.
Yeah.
And I'm not bashing it, because it is watchable. I think a month later for them to put him against Swagger.
Yeah.
And I don't think the crowd is going to get behind Swagger.
He came in strong. He beat Cena. Then he was in this title tournament. He probably had the match of the night at Survivor Series with Roman.
That's the one I missed. I mean, was it that good?
I would say it was probably the best match on the card.
Okay.
Not saying much, but it was a good match. Then it just kind of went downhill from there.
Okay.
And I know they're going with Owens and Ambrose at TLC for the IC title.
At TLC. I just wonder if they're going to get the chair or the ladder match. I think they're going to get the chair match.
Chair match?
I honestly think they're going to get the chair match.
I'm not a big fan of chair matches.
I didn't like him in EZW, and I certainly don't like him in WWE. I never saw when, was it Taker and Batista got the chair match?
I think so.
I never saw when they did it, and I actually was excited for it because they were, veterans. So I was like, okay, well, if anybody can make this, watchable, it's them.
I know Roman and Sheamus are getting the TLC match.
Yeah, they're getting the TLC. Obviously, the Wyatts and the Dudleys are getting the tables.
I kind of prefer. I would rather see Ambrose and Owens get the ladder match.
Okay, now my question is, if they don't get the ladder match, who does?
Three-way tag. Lucha, Dragons, New Day, and the Usos.
Do we want to put the Usos in that scenario, considering that they're just coming off an injury?
I mean, that's the only other match I can see doing it, because I don't see the U.S. title doing it.
Okay. Okay.
And as far as the Divas title, I feel like they're going to continue the Paige and Charlotte feud.
I really think Paige and Charlotte should get a ladder match, to be honest with you.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad, or unless they get do your finisher on top of the table.
Oh my God. Or on top of the ladder. The dreaded Paige tap out. Oh my God. Enough.
After besides New Day, that was the highlight of Raw for me.
Oh my God. But I give it to the commentators. I give it to the commentators for selling the shit out of that.
I'm waiting for Charlotte to hit her with the figure 8 on the fucking announce table.
Oh my God! Like the cool thing about that submission though is that you really can't fucking get out of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you have nowhere to go.
But still, just do it on top of the table
God!
Just because.
That one meme about somebody saying the Paige tap out is devastating, but even more devastating on the table.
I think I might have sent that. I think I sent that one to you.
No, you put it up in the Facebook group and tagged me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is genius. This one right here, this is gold. I was like, this one's good right here, buddy. But yeah, the commentators do a great job of selling shit sometimes, and I just really like. But again, that move is pretty cool because it's like you really can't fucking get out of it, but they sell the shit out of it. So it's like, oh wow, and that's like, oh wow.
I want somebody to do a move on the announce table on Ace.
If it's not a power driver, why not a submission, right?
No, I want a submission.
I would love to see somebody do the Von Erich claw on the fucking table. That I would pop so hard with the Von Erich claw on the table.
I think the only time a submission was impactful on a table was when Hunter injured his quad and Jericho put him in the walls of Jericho, and that was just because he blew out his quad 5 minutes before that.
Yeah, like I've seen the walls on the table, and then I saw Jericho do it again with the build to WrestleMania 18, and I was like in middle school, so that actually scared the shit out of me, and I thought Triple H was going to get hurt again.
Yeah.
Who else was there that submissions on the table besides the Paige thing off the top of my head? I don't recall seeing one.
I mean, especially one like that where she's holding the person in the air.
Yeah, like again, like you're really helpless in that.
I mean, it probably takes more balance to do that move on the table than it would just to do it on the ground.
Well, yeah, because the two things. Yeah, the two things to that move is A, the balance, and B, the amount of pressure you put on the arms.
Yeah.
Well, when you're doing the actual crosslock portion, that's another thing that's pretty intense about that. But it's a devastating hold. But when they saw that shit on the table, it's the meme. It's the meme that makes me not take that hold seriously anymore. I'm sorry, buddy.
I mean, even the first time she did it, I was like, what is the point of this? I mean, I want her to just swerve everybody and just give her that other move she does. That's like that DDT kind of move.
Oh, the Rampage? No,
yeah.
I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they'll do it, to be honest with you. I think they'll see that as too dangerous.
Yeah. Well, it seems that Paige took my advice and just started bashing Rick on Monday rather than bringing up Reed.
Well, they had to keep the heat going.
Yeah.
They had to keep the heat going. They could have, definitely, leave Reed out of it, but they had to cut off Rick, which I thought was cool. Which I thought was cool. I didn't watch, much of the Divas. I was actually cooking when that happened, so I definitely saw when she got. Oh no, I'm lying. I saw that match. I saw that whole match. Yeah. Now, question, because I missed their match at the pay-per-view. Was that match better than their pay-per-view one? Because I didn't see the pay-per-view match. I only saw the last hour.
I think the Raw one might have been better, and I mean, I was kind of upset that it ended in a cow now, but I guess it figures into them
Yeah, but you knew it. Come on. You knew it wasn't going to end clean. Come on.
And then she had a pretty decent match with Becky on. I actually watched SmackDown this week. I DVR'd it because I knew New Day was doing that Thanksgiving potluck dinner. So I DVR'd it just to have New Day, but then I saw a little bit of SmackDown.
Okay.
And they had like a big potluck dinner in the back with Team Bad, Xavier.
Oh right, and
Gobbledygooker.
Wood was the turkey, right?
Yeah. And like Heath Slater bought in a dish that had like a Band-Aid in it, and then Adam Rose had a rabbit stew.
Oh, like a Disco Inferno?
No, like the bunny.
No, you don't remember when the Disco Inferno bought rabbit stew?
As big of a Disco Inferno mark as I am, I actually don't remember that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Disco Inferno Mark. All right, a little history for you. At the 1990... Which was the one that did at the beach, 94 or 95? I think 95. At the 95 Bash of the Beach, anyway.
See, I don't think I ever saw that show.
Oh my gosh, one of the best Bash of the Beaches ever. It's Hogan and Vader in a cage.
Okay.
It's Savage and Flair in a lifeguard match. It's fucking
match?
dreaded... Huh?
In a what match?
A lifeguard match.
Okay. What are the rules to this lifeguard match?
It's a lumberjack match because it's on the beach. They're lifeguards.
Okay. I might have to check this one out.
I highly... Ladies and gentlemen, For Life Podcasters, all 100 of you, that is my match pick of the week. Cheyenne Ortiz recommends that you go on your WWE network and watch Bash at the Beach, I think it's 95, okay, the one where the main event is Hogan and Vader in the steel cage, and then, of course, Ric Flair, 16-time world champion, at that time I think 11 or 12, taking on Randy Savage in a lifeguard match.
95 because Savage is there.
Yeah, not to mention the dreaded triangle match between Harlem Heat, the Blue Bloods, and the Nasty Boys. The dreaded triangle match.
What was so dreaded about it?
The video package, as a kid, made it seem like that was the toughest match you had to go through if you were tag champion. It was phenomenal, but
I miss the innocence of watching wrestling as a kid.
Yeah, like, you get it. I'll never forget. Oh my God! And also a great video package on there, the Big Van Vader Roadkill Tour, which Tony Schiavone sells the shit out of. It's great. It's a great show. I highly recommend it.
I will watch it throughout the week and report.
Don't discriminate. The entire audience can also watch it. Besides you, Bosh. Okay, right. You can't be selfish.
No, they can all watch it too, and they can let us know what they thought. At
Okay,
that's Podcast on Twitter if you want to.
That's fine.
Give us
totally forgot where we were before that. Just saying.
We just kind of went on a tangent. But the rabbit stew.
Oh yeah, Disco Inferno at that show. They do Dave Sullivan versus Diamond Dallas Page. And they show when Dave Sullivan goes on a date with the Diamond Doll, and Disco Inferno is the one dressed in a rabbit outfit and lets Dave Sullivan know that the rabbit stew that he is eating is of his pet rabbit.
Oh, okay.
So before Pepper the dog, there was the pet rabbit. I know. Useless wrestling information. That's all I'm good for, kids. Nothing else.
Useless wrestling information is the best wrestling information.
Yeah, it helps you.
Well, I mean, I don't remember much of Raw, and I'm guessing a lot of the audience doesn't either because it's one of the lowest rated Raws in a long time.
I know the one thing that I was not a fan of at all was the Tex-Mex commercial.
I actually missed it.
You didn't miss much, trust me. It wasn't, because WWE does a great job, I have to say, at promoting other products and in an entertaining fashion. Mm-hmm. Wasn't a fan of that. I thought the commercial was really senseless.
I know it was like Mark Henry went into like a dream sequence and Torito was acting like JBL.
Yeah, it was Tex-Mex. So they got the Bull and they got, the greatest Texan on their roster, which you would have thought was Mark Henry, but JBL. So yeah.
Well, he dreams
It
about
was
JBL.
Yeah, I do all the time.
I mean, if they wanted Texan, they could have just got Alberto, who was a hybrid of JBL and Mexican.
Yeah, Alberto is Eddie Guerrero and JBL in one.
With Zeb as his manager.
Yeah, exactly. Total Mex America right there. But yeah, Raw, it was a good Raw to build stories.
I mean, and it was Raw without a lot of their big stars, with Cena, Orton, Rollins all out, Cesaro out now, who's like the workhorse of the last couple months. Then you also got, like, none of the big part-timers were there. So
Was Ziggler on this Raw?
it was Ziggler and Ambrose versus Owens and Breeze. And
Was it? I didn't. Okay.
And then on SmackDown was the triple threat to face Owens at TLC.
Right, they were the main, right? And I heard they
Yeah.
were match of the night on the main.
Yes.
Okay. I mean,
And also on NXT, they're building their London Takeover show.
the main for that is Apollo Crews and who?
No, the main is Balor and Joe for the title.
I thought Apollo Crews was in the main event for that.
No, he had a match a few weeks ago on NXT, and Baron Corbin interfered, and then Joe interfered and attacked Balor, turning heel.
Oh, really? I thought it was going to be Crews and Balor at Takeover this whole time. I'm very behind on the NXT news.
He won that Battle Royal, and then he had a match on NXT like 2 weeks after.
Okay. I thought he was going to go to Takeover. So it's Corbin and Crews.
Yes.
Corbin and Crews.
And
Got it. Well, that won't be so bad.
That's going to line up, I guess, the next number one contender, and then Joe and Balor for the title.
Oh, so basically it's going to be Crews winning again.
Then there's Bailey had a match with Eva Marie to main event NXT this week.
Eva Marie, is she wrestling any better?
No. There was a guy in the front row reading his Jericho book.
Now, was that a shoot or was he being an ass?
I mean, I saw him throughout the match in the front row. I think he was doing it to be a dick, though.
So he wasn't doing that throughout the show.
I didn't notice it earlier in the show. I think I was also kind of looking for it in that match because I noticed that I saw the pictures before I saw NXT.
Oh, okay. No, because everybody was talking about during that match. I was like, I really hope that guy was, being a dick, or he's one of those TNA fans that just got dragged into Full Sail or some shit.
No, I think he was doing it just to be a jerk. But now they have Nia Jax is aligned with Eva Marie. That's the one that's like bigger Tamina and The Rock's cousin.
Oh boy!
So I think she's getting the women's title shot at Takeover. I mean, but the storyline that they're setting up is that WWE corporate wants Eva Marie to be champion.
Okay.
So, like, Regal was out for surgery, and Eva Marie was just, like, chilling in his office because she needed more space to, like, relax. And then they had Charles Robinson out there as, like, the WWE appointed referee. So when the other referee got, like, the NXT referee got knocked out, Robinson was in there and kind of, like, heelish towards Eva Marie. And, like, I guess, like, it was WWE that demanded the match to happen, and I don't know. They're setting up, like, Eva Marie is, like, the one that the WWE corporate wants as, like, the face of NXT down there.
It sounds like a good angle.
Yeah, I mean, I think people need to kind of just take it. I mean, not every chick is going to be on the level of, like, the Divas Revolution girls. I don't know.
Well, I say it all the time. We have no patience. This generation of fans have zero patience. Mm-hmm. No offense to any of it, because I know some of your fans.
I mean,
but
I mean, look at when Sable started. She started as a valet, and they
Hmm.
transitioned her into wrestling, and she wasn't the greatest
Yeah,
wrestler
but
either.
Sable wasn't a good worker. So let's come on.
I mean, who's to say that in the Attitude Era, if Eva Marie was just slutty and did more sexual stuff, that she would have gotten over. But now that
Yes,
she's only
if if
she's
if
only being
Eva
put out
Marie
there to
was
run.
around in the Attitude Era, she would be the hottest
Oh
diva
yeah,
right now.
but now
It
it's
would be Eva and Nikki, Eva Marie.
Nikki.
Nobody could hold a candle to it.
Exactly, and then Nikki Bella would be up. People wouldn't hate on Nikki as much as they do, but now everybody is focusing on the women's wrestling, which isn't a bad
But
thing.
everybody knew that Sable wasn't a good wrestler; that she was just a sex symbol for the wrestling community.
Do you think 12-year-old me knew that?
Did I think that Sable was a good wrestler at 8, 9 years old? No,
Did I
but
give
I
a
knew
shit?
she was hot.
But did we give a shit?
I didn't care about women's wrestling until
Yeah.
Trish and Lita.
And the thing is that the girls that everybody is marking out for now, like Sasha Banks and Bailey, no offense to them, I don't think they're ugly girls, but I just think they wouldn't have gotten over in the Attitude Era.
Uh, Agreed.
I mean, I just
Agreed.
they don't. I mean, they're great wrestlers. I don't. I mean, I do think they're attractive. I don't think they have the sex appeal that Eva Marie or Nikki Bella and and maybe even Paige or like Lana. You know?
Well, the prettiest one out of the ones you just mentioned are Paige and Lana.
Yeah.
I think Sasha Banks has a nice body. She's got her moments. Bailey's got her moments. You know, she's got a nice body too. But you're right. You know, they're the they're the workers. You know, not just the faces.
Yeah.
And I think everybody knows that.
Yeah.
You know, I get into it with Cruz all the time. You know, because Cruz, you know, swears up and down by Sasha, and
Yeah.
me and you are Nikki Bella marks. So
I'm good on
you know
that.
that tells the story right there. But you know, it's a different era. You know,
I just think that
we're
the people that
appreciating
like the people
talent.
that hate on Nikki and even Nikki Bella has come a long way. So I don't know where all that heat. I mean, I remember when the whole record thing was going on and where she had the record and Charlotte was facing her, and everybody was getting at me for liking Nikki. And I was like, oh,
Well, you were being obnoxious about it. I loved it, but you were being obnoxious about it.
I started being obnoxious because it started off with me just saying, yeah, I like the Bellas, and everybody thought I was joking. I was like, no, why is that funny? I'm a fan of theirs. What the fuck is a big deal?
Yeah, I mean, well, I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's the Cena thing.
Yeah,
I think if she had no association with Cena, it would be a different story. Not to mention,
yeah.
she's the one that erased AJ.
And AJ chose to fucking retire.
You know, well, come all right, but did WWE deliberately have her erase AJ's reign? Yes or no?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not denying that.
You know,
I knew that was their purpose.
I think it's those two factors.
I mean, even in
I
my
think
opinion, I thought they rushed Charlotte to the title. And I know you're a huge fan of
um,
Charlotte's, but I think that she was rushed.
was Charlotte rushed to the title? Yes, but it was still done well.
I'm not taking away that it was done well. I just think there was still a bit to go, and I think everybody's just kind of waiting for Sasha to get it.
Well, everybody's waiting for Sasha to come to the roster. That's the thing.
She is on the roster, Cheyenne.
Oh yeah, technically she is already on the. No, I forgot.
Well,
I'm sorry. If
that's how
I
often
don't see you all the damn time, you're not on the roster. If you're not Seth Rollins, you're not on the roster. I'm sorry. I got to see you in 4 out of the 8 segments.
That speaks for how often she's used. If you didn't even remember that she was on the roster.
Well, yeah. I mean, the ones I always see are Becky and Charlotte.
Yeah.
You know, since the Revolution.
I think they realized, but Sasha's the one that gets the biggest reactions and the "We Want Sasha" chants. So I think they're kind of using that to hold her off.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah.
I think they're holding off her winning the belt till Mania.
Sasha? Oh, I don't think they're gonna wait that long, kid.
You don't think so?
No, they'd be stupid if they did. To wait till Mania? It's great, and I think it's a great idea. But I think Sasha will have it before then. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sasha will have it before then. I think if they would have had a thing where
I feel like she's kind of in a weird place right now, where she's a heel, but everybody loves her.
Yeah. The worst part is that you can't do a feud with her and Naomi because she'll kill Naomi in the ring and in a reaction.
Yeah.
You really can't. You really can't.
I wouldn't be surprised if I feel like they probably are building for her and Charlotte. I wouldn't be surprised if it's her and Charlotte at Mania, even if it's as two faces. Or
I don't know if they're willing to do that and leave out all their main girls like the Bellas, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're willing to give them that spotlight, and I don't think the Bellas' time is up.
Their time is now. I'm kidding.
Oh yeah. I definitely don't think. When there's girls, they're not using Naomi very well. They're not using Natalya at all. They're not using Tamina well. They're not using.
Well, even I feel like girls like Natty and Naomi, I wouldn't have minded seeing them get the title off of Nikki.
Yeah, I agree. They should have got a
Natty had it when she beat Lay Cool 7 years ago, whenever that was.
Yeah, it was Natty. That was when Natty and Beth were a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the Bellas, they probably are winding down. Nikki's hurt.
Well, I know Bree is talking about having kids and stuff.
Bree's been talking about that shit for like 3 seasons of Total Divas.
Well, it's after the show, so.
Yeah, Nikki's hurt, and I hope she feels better, and I'll take care of her if she wants me to, but...
I'm sure you will.
I would.
Round the clock, too.
Listen, if Cena doesn't want to give you what you want, I can. And Dolph's with Dana Brooke right now, so, they're doing butt
That's
stuff
right. We learned that this week. Dolph Ziggler and Dana Brooke are our thing. I read that in Facebook a couple times. I didn't know how true it was, though.
Well, he tweeted her saying, "Let's do butt stuff."
What did he tweet?
Let's go to the gym and do some butt stuff.
Okay, that's something he would write.
I'm assuming he meant, and then he put like hashtag squats and like all these other exercises that I don't do.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, same thing I don't do. It's all right. I'm right there with you, man. Well, here's to a a Raw that nobody seems to want to remember. So,
yeah. I think it's also it's too long. Like, I can't sit there for 3 hours.
I agree and disagree. I do definitely still think that if it's written right, it can be 3 hours. If it's compelling the whole way through.
Even then, I skip. I'll wait until an hour in. And even if I'm fast forwarding through the commercials, that's probably like close to an hour of stuff.
I know that.
If you fast forward commercials and recap videos, even if you want to watch everything and just fast forward commercials and recaps of stuff you've already seen, that's probably an hour and a half right there.
Well, yeah, 3 hour show only comes down to, I think, 2 hours or 2:10 after commercials.
Yeah. So then if you cut out, like, let's say, entrances and recaps, that's probably another half hour. Like, there's times I've gotten through Raw in, like, a little over an hour. And I'll skip through, like, some shitty match.
There's times they go through commercials left and right. But again, I know one thing. The person that somebody put up in the chat room the other day, or the forum, one of the Facebook forums we're in, Vince Russo is not the answer to the fucking Monday Night Raw thing. Can we please let that go? Thank you, I'm done.
Well, I don't know who's holding on to that.
No, I saw one of those wrestling groups that I'm in.
Yeah.
Somebody put, this man did it before, he did it again. No! Leave him alone. Keep him away from everyone.
Vince Russo would not survive in this era because his thing is like anti wrestling and in ring action and more storyline. And right now, everybody's more into the work rate than they are into the storylines. So I think he wouldn't survive. He would. I mean,
And he's
I mean, people want to bring up what he did for WWE, but then look at what he did in fucking WCW.
got no filter. He's still very much into risque television, which is passe unless done right. And I don't think he knows how to do it right anymore, quite frankly.
Well, I think it's also we're in a different era where everybody's a lot more sensitive than they were 20 years ago,
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Yeah. True. True.
Like, you can't get away with saying suck it on TV. Like, oh my god, he said suck it.
Well, yeah. Well, especially now with a PG rating on top of that. You know, you definitely can't get away with it in that sense.
Yeah.
But you know, he's still in a different era.
Yeah.
Point blank.
And it's like I enjoy listening to him. I enjoy listening to disco, but then even then, there's times where I'm like, all right, this is too much. I can't take it. Because both of them have like the same opinion that wrestling is fake, so the in-ring action doesn't matter. Winners and losers don't matter. The titles don't matter. It's just about storylines and the soap opera.
That's not true because.
Well, that's their opinion.
Well, yeah. Let's shift gears a bit. Let's shift gears a bit because we're hitting the 45, and I wanna get everything in. We talked some TLC predictions, stuff like that. Let's talk TNA. We talked a little bit about the Pop TV deal and stuff like that. There's some confusion going on, and some people are saying this is the worst deal that TNA could do. Bosh, take it away.
I mean, basically, what I read in that article was that I guess neither company is paying the other to be on the network. So I guess it's just a matter of TNA just has a wider channel with a wider viewership, or at least more available in more homes. It's like 74 million. But as far as like getting money, I guess getting money kind of like Discovery was paying them at Destination America. They're not going to have that deal. And right now, I guess, like it said, the highest with Angle and announced his retirement tour on this week's Impact, which will be taking place in the UK. So after that, like, it's pretty much just the Hardys, Bobby Roode, and Bobby Lashley. I mean, I know they're up to the final the 16-person tournament for the title now. They've dwindled it down from the 32. I mean, I DVR'd and I'll watch it like on a Saturday morning, and like if I see a good match, I'll keep it on. If not, I usually fast forward. But I don't know. I guess we'll see where it goes. I don't know how they keep surviving.
Well, I give it to them for persevering.
I mean, they outlasted ECW. They outlasted the WCW's big run.
TNA's been at this, 12, 13 years now?
2002. They're going on 14 years.
Holy crap, I'm old.
Yeah.
Whew, man, I have wasted my life.
Because we're going on 15 years of ECW and WCW going out of business.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
God. That's fucking depressing.
Yep, I'm going through a midlife crisis after hearing those two facts.
But, yeah. Fuck. So, I mean, I think they outlasted ECW. They outlasted WCW's run from at least from when they became WCW.
Well, WCW was WCW from 88 to 01.
So, that's 13 years.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They outlasted WCW.
Jesus Christ.
No pun intended, they haven't made as big of an impact as the other two companies.
Well, they've had their peaks and valleys. You know, they were very hot in the Asylum days. You know, that 2002...
That to me was like their best era. And that was back when like we had that old school box where you can watch it every week for free. So
Yeah, when they had Explosion, yeah.
not even Explosion. It was just like the weekly Wednesday shows on pay-per-view.
Yeah, well, the whole pay-per-views I never ordered, but I watched the recap show Explosion religiously. I
And
watch
that was
Explosion
already
religiously.
like a while. Like they were already like a year or two in when they started doing those.
Yeah. I watch Explosion religiously. I saw a couple of the weekly pay-per-views, and then the internet was becoming hot then, so I kept in tabs with that. And then when they went to Fox Sports, I was super excited. When they first started doing Impact, from
Right.
'04 to '04 to '07 is one of their hottest periods.
Oh, definitely, because they had that, and then like I know that's when Joe came in, and then Angle came in, and the feud with him, the two of them, and
Yeah.
like that Daniels, Joe, and Styles match was amazing.
Yeah, and then, when they got Sting, that was a big deal. They had their one icon,
Yeah, and
you
then like
know?
I mean, it started off with him just doing like matches here and there, and then he became like a full-time guy.
Well, I don't think they ever oversaturated Sting, believe it or not. I think Sting was always treated just right in TNA.
Yeah,
I don't ever think that they oversaturated him, even when he was their world champion. Because, he was the man at Bound for Glory.
I mean,
Bound for Glory came around, and you knew he was in the event, and you knew he was going to win.
yeah, he was like the Undertaker for Bound for
Yeah,
Glory.
he was, they were calling him, their Mr. October, their Mr. Bound for Glory.
Yeah,
I always like what they did with Sting, and with most of their, older talent.
I mean, I
Um,
think, I mean, if I have to, if I have to like pinpoint when I started losing interest, it was shortly after Hogan and Bischoff. I mean, and
I
there was that initial interest when they first came in. It was like, oh shit, they're on Monday and Hogan's here, and oh my god, they debuted like 25 new people in one night, and Flair and the NWO's here, and oh my god, it feels like '97, and Shawn and Brett are hugging on Raw.
I'm
So
going to tell you why. It was all shock value, and
it
that
was all
was
shock value for 1 week.
shock value for 1 week, and that was the last time. And they know this that they could capitalize on our generation.
And they just happened to have Raw opposing it with Shawn and Brett. So it was like
You know?
that was the same night that like Brett came back and Shawn and Brett hugged,
Yeah, and then
and that
they
was
had the
going on
match
simultaneously with the NWO reunion on TNA. I remember that.
with the NWO reunion, and not to mention, they also had Angle and AJ close the show,
Oh yeah.
which was smart.
So I feel like that was the last. I don't know. Hardy came back on that show.
Hardy came back on that show and sat on that big dome.
Yeah. So I think like as much shock value as that show had, I think it kind of went downhill from there because then I really don't remember much after that. Like with the exception of like keeping up with like the podcast and then I just remember watching that pay per view where Sting and Hardy headline and Hardy was all drugged up and the
Yeah, that was what did it. That was what did it for me because
and that was already like a few months after I kind of lost interest, but I was just watching because I happened to be home on a Sunday, and I remember going to the bathroom while the entrances were happening. I went to go to the bathroom. I came back and the match was over.
I remember.
And I was just like, "What the fuck is going on?" I just missed the whole
Well,
match while I took
I
a
don't
piss.
talk to him now, but we were hanging out a lot at my house back then, and Ref Ralph came by the house. He was a regular back then, and I had just stopped watching for like a month, right? And he was watching religiously, and of course, he was trying to get me back in. And he's like, "Yeah, they did the." And anybody who knows me knows that I've always been really critical of Jeff Hardy's, problem.
Yeah,
And I'm always, and because I'm not like that in real life. And I'm not saying I'm a bigot or I'm like, prejudiced. Anybody who knows me knows that. But for some reason, a guy who I always thought had all this talent, even though I wasn't, I always liked Matt more, who had all this
thank
talent.
you. I'm not the only one.
No, to me,
I think
Matt is the more talented between the two.
I got more heat than I did for the whole Nikki Bella thing when I said that I liked Matt more than Jeff.
I am an MFer. I'm a Mattitude follower. I've always thought Matt was the better talent. Jeff exudes his charisma in a different way, but he put his body on the line, and you knew it was sincere.
Jeff was more like a stunt man.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. He was,
but without the personality that Foley had.
Right, basically, because Foley was a charmer,
I mean,
anyway.
I always found him kind of boring. Like, okay, yeah, he did flips and shit, but a lot of other people did, and maybe
I never got it. When he came out with,
I think the fact that like, whenever we did like our backyard shit, like 50% of the guys thought they were fucking.
Everybody wanted to be Jeff Hardy,
and it was like, we have 5 fucking Jeff Hardy lookalikes that do the swanton and
I never got it with
these big pants and these tight shirts, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, with the glow gunk and the imagination. No, it's imagination, motherfucker. You say it right. I never got it. I never got it. But anyway, I heard about it.
Yeah.
And I thought he was lying.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was lying. I thought he was ribbing me. And he's like, yeah, it's probably on YouTube. It's only 30 seconds. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So
it was a piss break.
Huh?
It was a piss break for me. I went to go take a piss and the match was done.
I went, and the following, I think by the end of the year, that was when he had AJ Styles, and that was when everybody was saying, yeah, he's retiring and he's going to WWE to take a match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it and I was livid, like, holy shit. And that guy...
And that was considering I was streaming that show online, and I can't imagine if I would have paid for that show when that happened.
I would have demanded a refund, and I would have never stopped until I got it. And God bless that guy because and God bless his relationship with TNA because they're always giving him a chance.
Yeah, I mean from what I hear, he's cleaned himself up, which is good.
Oh yeah, I've heard he's done nothing but turn his life around. God bless him.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. That's the way to live. So you can at least live longer and see tomorrow.
Yeah.
As corny as that sounds.
No, but it's true. Like, okay, we may not be the biggest fans of him as a wrestler, but we don't want anything to happen to him.
Right. So. Yeah, but the thing about I was under the impression that TNA was paying Pop for the TV time like the old ECW.
TNA can't pay anybody for anything.
I really thought that's what they had going on. So
yeah.
My question is, if you said they reached 74 million homes?
Yeah.
All right, if they reach, hold on, because I just had my
I think Destination America was like 50-something.
So if they reach 74 million homes, you divide that by 8, because I think you're supposed to divide it by either 8 or 12. If you divide that by 8, that's 9 million average, 9,250,000.
Okay.
Average views are, in theory, supposed to get. Now, if you do 74 million, and if you divide that, let's do a dozen. Well, 166,000. 6 million, excuse me. Do I think they're going to get, that much? No. But it's a better opportunity. So my question is, where are they going to get their money?
They were getting $1 million on Spike.
Right. Or more. There were times where they were getting $2 million or higher.
And let's just say, like, towards the end of their Spike. But you gotta take into consideration they were on Destination America for a year. A lot of people didn't even know where to find the station.
Yeah.
And then if you look at what their roster is going into their Pop deal, considering when they were on Spike, when they had now Angle's leaving, so you had Angle, Sting, you had who else? The Dudleys, you had RVD, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe. like I can go on and on listing all these people, and now it's like who?
What do they have now besides EC3? Because EC3 is the number one heel in the company.
Right now you have EC3. I'm guessing the finals is going to be him and Matt Hardy, just because they've been saying, oh I want to meet you in the finals, and they got them at opposite ends of the bracket.
Okay.
Like even I can't even base it on who's in this title thing because this thing was filmed 3 months ago and half those guys are gone too. James Storm was in this title thing, he's gone. Kenny King was in the title thing, he's in Ring of Honor, and he's in the final 16. Bram is in the final 16, and I'm pretty sure he still has. Does he still have the legal problem? Because I don't even know when this shit was filmed, so I don't know if this thing was filmed 6 months ago.
Well, whatever they filmed, they're good until their live show.
I mean, they had Thea on there accompanying Austin Aries, and she had blonde hair, and we just saw her. She had black hair, so I don't know how long that shit was. Austin Aries is in the tournament, and he is gone. I don't know. It's just, I mean, they have great wrestlers. I mean, it's just that most of them aren't there anymore.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see, them.
And didn't most of them leave to to Global Force? And what the hell ever happened to Global Force?
No, some of them are double dipping, right? Like Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
Is working both or something like that, right?
And then you got the Hardys. Jeff is still hurt, so you only have Matt. And as much as we like Matt more, Jeff is like the biggest draw they have there.
Right.
Angle's
True.
retiring. Lashley's double dipping with Bellator.
Yeah. Bellator and the Indies too. That's another thing I heard, that Lashley is he takes a lot of indie bookings too. Like he's one of the busier guys on their roster.
MVP left when the whole Hernandez thing happened.
What Hernandez thing? Well, what have I done?
He pulled a Rick Rude.
Oh, right. He was on Lucha and Impact.
Yeah. But he wasn't,
Okay. Yeah, I knew about that.
So they ended up having to cut out anything that involved that crew. Any footage with Hernandez had to be removed from TNA. Then they just started showing like replays of matches from like Bound for Glory and shit, or like Slammiversary. So I think Magnus is gone. He went to, I think he's GFW. I haven't seen him he wasn't in the 32-man tournament.
Okay.
I think Mickey James is gone. Brooke Adams announced that she's done with TNA.
That's Tessmacher, right?
Yeah. So it's like there was a rumor that Kong retired, but then they said that it was a fake rumor.
Okay.
So it got a pretty bare crew. Like even the X Division is down to like DJ Z and Tucre Uno and.
Well, the X Division is never going to be what it was.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I know they're pushing the Indian guy pretty heavily, like because I know the whole.
Well, they were pushing him for the tour. I know him. They were pushing the prep for the big tour.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't really I wouldn't hold my socks on that one. I wouldn't think that too much.
Wasn't there an article that Terrence Harrell was done with wrestling because she's a born again Christian now?
Oh right, yeah, she's with God now, so she's just trying to take the.
I haven't even seen the Dollhouse. I haven't seen my Rebel travesty.
I saw a great picture of her on Instagram with Tataka.
Oh yeah, I saw that one earlier. She's so hot. I love her.
Yeah.
Right now, Drew Galloway, he's one of their kind of top guys.
Yeah, wasn't he former world champion?
No.
Yeah, wasn't it Galloway, EC, and Hardy?
Yeah, but EC3 was defending.
Oh, Galloway never actually got it?
No, it was supposed to be Galloway and EC3, and then they threw Matt Hardy in there and made it a triple threat, and then Matt Hardy won it.
Oh, wow.
Vacated it the next day.
Wow.
This company's a mess.
I see. Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
With everything I'm doing, for Ace, it's hard for me to keep up. But jeez,
I just
oh
happened to
boy, do I
watch
see that.
everything. I mean, because it was a long weekend. Because
Ah,
of Thanksgiving, so I had the last 4 days off. So I've been playing 2K16, and like I caught up on all my wrestling. I think Ring of Honor's done this week on Destination America. Shit.
yeah, I know they're going to the
Comet.
larger Sinclair network, right?
Or they're on Comet. I don't even think we get that. So
I don't think we do. I don't think we do get the comment.
I
No.
mean, their final battle seems to be shaping up nicely. It's going to be Lethal and AJ in the main for the title.
Oh, that'll be cool. Two old friends. That'll be cool.
Yeah. So I might
That'll
check it out. I think it's the night of my holiday party, so I'll probably like check it out that weekend.
okay.
Yeah. Lucha Underground.
Oh, again,
Razor
I wish the company the best because they got a lot of good talent. I know Ethan. He's a cool guy.
Mhm.
And I the inconsistency is what made me lose interest in the product. I try to watch. Like, if somebody tells me a match is really, really good, like somebody recommended to me, I saw Carter and Mr. Anderson.
Mhm.
That tournament match.
I gotta go
I
back
saw
and
that
see the Wolves facing each other, and that was good.
I saw that one. That was a good TV match. I watch his stuff. Every once in a while, I watch the Wolves. I still watch Abyss's stuff when I can. And they put up a lot of highlight clips on their YouTube, so I kind of stay in tap with that.
Yeah.
I kind of stay in tap with that. But the best to them. I'm glad they're on the TV deal. It seems to be a little bit safe. The guy, I read that thing where the guy was interviewed by the Miami Herald, the guy who owns Pop.
Yeah.
I read that, so that was pretty cool. He seems very enthusiastic about working with TNA,
Mhm.
as opposed to the other guys didn't really seem enthusiastic before they started beefing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool, good for them. They have the tools. I don't think they should worry about competing with anybody. They should just worry about regrouping themselves, and I think they're going to do that on their first live broadcast. I really, really think, and I'm going to do my best to watch it.
They're doing
I
five,
really, really
five
think
taping days. I think they're doing 5 days of taping.
they're all in Bethlehem and they're 5 days straight, but I really, really genuinely think that first live taping is going to be pretty good, I have to say.
Well, I was at the first live taping for Destination America earlier this year.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like. I mean, it feels like it was forever. It doesn't feel like it's been like a year. I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly, when you said earlier on the show that they've been on that network for a year, that didn't feel like it to me.
Yeah, they started beginning of January because I remember I went to the show at the Manhattan Center, and that was the one where all the guys were brawling around the arena to start the show, where it was just like a big clusterfuck. I remember. I mean, I think I talked about it whatever episode it was that week. And like the only other thing I remember was, oh yeah, then Bobby Roode lost the title to Lashley because Joe and Homicide and all of them helped MVP and them, and that was when like the lights went out and Kong appeared in the ring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't I at one of those tapings?
I think you were at the summer ones the year before.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I went to one of the summer ones. That was when it was the Dudleys, the Wolves, and the Hardys in the three-way ladder match. And then I went to their first Destination America taping, and then they had like 3 more tapings that week. But the one that I went to was the live one, or it was like,
Okay.
or I think it was like an hour later.
Yes.
I know when I got home, there was still like a half hour left on the show.
Oh, boy. There is a New Day hoodie. Sorry to cut you off, but I just saw that.
What?
There is a New Day hoodie on WWEshop.com.
Ooh, is it nice?
It looks very nice, to be honest with you. And a green John Cena 15-time
I don't care.
T-shirt.
I'm at the New Day socks were sold out.
Yep, still can't find them. The Suplex City shirts, all the towns, are $5.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the New Day unicorn shirt.
Oof, lucky. It's a good shirt. Good shirt. But I wish my buddies at TNA the best, and I will be trying my best to watch the live cast, because I think, like I said, they're going to do good things. They got the tools, and just hit the reset button. EC, keep him as your main heel, and if you could build a new face or something, you really have a bunch of old faces, as bad as that sounds.
Yeah.
Do what you can.
Yeah.
Do what you can. Well, what else we got going on? I know Lucha's taping. Are they on the air yet?
I think they're starting in January, and I can't wait.
Okay. Back on is Lucha. I've got a show Saturday. Ace Pro Wrestling, Watson, New Jersey, Morgan Junior Arena, 67 Hathaway Street, Wallington, New Jersey. Ace Pro Wrestling presents Worlds Collide, and your main event is going to be the Ace World Heavyweight Champion, TJ Marconi, accompanied to the ring by that blonde tart, Brooke Danielle. He'll be taking on Danny Moss, the Bayonne Badass, makes his return to Ace Pro Wrestling. We've got William Wyatt and Alvin Alvarez challenging the tag team champions, the Lucha Gods, Ultimate Maya and Black Zamus. We've got Sonny Kiss taking on Anthony Gangone. That's right, Sonny Kiss, the man who broke the internet. He'll be taking on the Rogue himself, Anthony Gangone. We've got the Elite Athlete, Mike Orlando, taking on Astro Morales, and so many more. And we have this special message from the Colonel himself. Hi, this is the Colonel talking, and normally you're going to talk about my special $5 hookup. So I'm here to tell you about a $6 hookup. That's $2 $2 and one soda. You can only get us at the Morgan Junior Arena. It's finger licking wrestling. Come this Saturday. So that's the Colonel endorsing us real quick on the floor.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right.
It's that, or I could do the Colonel does egg sucking dog. I could do that just for Bosch.
Oh, no.
Would you like me to? No?
No egg sucking dogs. Now, speaking of podcasts, I recommend everybody check out both of Jericho's episodes from this week. He had Raven on Wednesday, and
I heard it was really good.
And Conan on Friday. Both were great episodes, so I highly recommend those, as well as the one he did for Eddie's 10th anniversary with Malenko and Chavo. So I would recommend those three.
How was the Conan one?
Hilarious.
Okay, because that one you didn't tell me about.
Because that one, I just heard that one on Friday night.
Okay. Yeah, and then the Raven one, I read the recap now on the internet.
Yeah.
About the office stuff and the lawsuit and all that shit.
Yeah.
But the Conan one's probably pretty good.
Oh yeah, I mean, I listen to Conan all the time on MLW, so it was cool to have him.
I'm gonna check out the Raven one on the train tomorrow. That's the one I'm gonna check out.
I would say check out one on the way there and the other one on the way home.
Okay.
Both of them are hilarious. Did you hear the Eddie one?
No, the Eddie one I have on my queue, so that one I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna hear the Raven one first.
Okay. Yeah, all three of those are really they were good and pretty funny.
I'm going to hear the Raven one first. That's the one I'm going to go with. But everybody's got to listen to the 4Life Podcast. You can go to the 4lifepodcast.com. That's IVLIFEPODCAST.com. You can add the Bosch now on the PlayStation 4. What's that gamer tag?
Boschmania.
Boschmania. You can be sure to take us on. We're going to be putting up YouTube matches soon in the 4Life Arena. Looking forward to that for 4Life Podcast Mania. We got to do our own video game pay-per-view now.
I put up a Bosch versus JR Scar match.
Why isn't that come up on my YouTube notification? I'm subscribed.
I'm doing them through my own account, not through the 4Life.
Oh, then I don't have it. That one I don't have them on my YouTube.
Yeah,
so I didn't get a hit. I didn't get a hit up for that one.
I put up my two characters on the uploads thing if you want to try to download them. Let me know if
I'm turning my PlayStation Plus back on next week, so I'll be getting it.
I don't think you need the Plus for the
Oh yes, you do.
for the community creations.
I think you do. Let me try right now, live on the air, so we can see if I can.
I know I put the For Life logo up there too.
Yeah, I know. I want to get that also. Obviously,
So if anybody wants the For Life logo for an arena or a shirt or whatever, or like I use.
And don't claim it as your own, you damn piracy thieves. Let's see. Okay. I am signed in. It's loading my friends.
I'm getting a little bored with the career mode. I'm still in NXT, and it's just.
It's very repetitive. You're going to be in NXT for a while.
How long?
How long?
Yeah.
Have you won the NXT title yet?
No.
Okay, after that.
I think I'm ranked like 1. I think I'm ranked at 1 now.
After you win the NXT title, you have the option of staying in NXT for a bit, or you can go to the main.
All right. Yeah, because I had the feud with Breeze, and then I had a feud with Tommy, and then I had a feud with Corbin, who was my partner.
Oh snap! I don't need my PlayStation Plus for creations. In this mode, there you go. Yay! I'm excited. I guess downloads and then search, right?
Yeah.
#1 would it be IV Life?
Yeah, try IV Life.
My hashtag.
IV Space Life.
Oh, IV Space Life. Okay. My nephew basically, and I don't mean to the bad way, he ransacked my career mode.
Yeah.
So, look, it's JR Scar. I'm downloading both of them.
It was Bosch and JR Scar? Or was it just JR Scar?
Content by the creator. Well, I see both. I'm just trying to...
Okay. And then I guess the logo should come up too then.
Oh, you gotta go to preview first and then download? Okay, got it. I haven't downloaded it all. Who in the hell created somebody named Black China in my video game? I tell you, these kids, you give these kids a remote and they go crazy.
Yeah.
But, my nephew ransacked my career mode, so I wanted to be on NXT for a little while. Yeah, he'd screw that plan. I won the belt and I left.
I don't even have a feud going on right now, so hopefully they put me for the title.
Just keep doing your matches. The NXT title match, believe it or not, it kind of comes out of nowhere.
Okay.
And your first match...
I did face Owens as champion, and it was weird because it was a match where like Baron Corbin attacked me at the ramp, and then he just stuck around the whole match, like fighting both of us. But it wasn't a triple threat match, and I just uploaded it because the whole match was a clusterfuck.
That's weird because that's a new one to me. Most people that run in on my stuff, trust me, they come to beat my ass.
No, but then, I don't know why he like stuck around, and then him and Owens started fighting, and then I would just let him beat up Owens and then try to sneak in for the win.
Oh, well.
And no matter how much heel shit I do, they're still keeping me as a fucking face.
And the first time that you wrestle the champion, because it's either going to be Balor or Owens, the first time you wrestle him, it's going to be non-title.
Okay.
It's the first time you wrestle him, it'll be non-title, and then the next time, it'll be for the title. So the first takeover, it'll be non-title. Mm-hmm. But you're there for a minute. Basically, once you win the belt, you can pick and choose from there where your next move is.
All right. I mean, it's fun. I mean, I had the PS3 version, and it pushed me to go and get a PS4 because I was like, I can't.
Yeah, no, totally different. Totally different.
It's a different game. I'm like, it's like you're in the Wizard of Oz, and it's like, oh shit, it's a whole new world. It's color.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's a totally different world.
Yeah.
To the two.
But I'm enjoying it. I spent the last 2 days playing it.
No, it's a great game, and I like the gameplay. It's the most realistic.
And I like that, like, I was able to like take pictures of like my jersey for the JR Scar. Those are like pictures from my jersey that I scanned in, and so even like that cut down the side that my mom cut the jersey in half, you see it in the jersey and shit, or like where it's faded, and it's my face on both characters.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you got that picture.
Yeah.
Let's see. It just gave me a message. A network error has occurred, which is a common message according to what they say on the YouTube videos about this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to download, search again. #1, my hashtag #IBLife. So yes, I think it's time to put this thing in the box if they're hearing me search for you on the internet. Just saying. Do the plug, boss. Do the plug.
All right, visit us at 4lifepodcast.com, at 4lifepodcast on social media, on Twitter and Instagram, facebook.com/4lifepodcast. I'm on Twitter at I am the Bosch Man, as well as my co-host at Cheyenne Ortiz. Correct?
Correct. I believe that's the way.
Is there any underscores in there?
Let me check for you right now, actually.
So there may or there may not be an underscore in Cheyenne's Twitter name.
There may or may not be. I like to keep everybody on the internet on their toes. That's basically my bag. Let's see. Let me just close this window. Twitter. And you can find me at, if it opens, okay. Got something stuck in my filter. Let's go to my notifications. If it ever loads, the internet here is rather crappy tonight for some reason. Cheyenne Ortiz _. That's me.
All right, I knew there was an underscore in there.
That's me.
All right.
That's me.
I think that's it.
Talk to me, people. I can do something about that. Come on.
Or you can find us on WWE 2K16 if you want the logo. It's in the community creations. Just search for Life.
Logo. It's an incredible logo.
You can search for me. I'm in there as Bosch, and I'm in there as JR Scar, my back in the day backyard character. So
I should make my yarder version of myself.
you should, so we can have our classic matches.
I should. I will be doing that just for our own amusement.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Damn, I lost the memory card for Here Comes the Pain where I made the entire EZW roster. And
that memory card I definitely don't. Actually, that is a lie. I have.
That one got erased, and then for SmackDown versus Raw, the first one with Vince on the cover, I made the whole roster again, but I wasn't as happy about how they looked in that game as I was with the first one. My best accomplishment on that one was having Hector come out with Cena's entrance for back when Cena would rap. So it's just like Hector just walks out and is talking on the mic the whole time, and it looked like him. I think that memory card I still have. I should upload those to the ECW YouTube. I
should still have.
Like the first JR Scar that I made in Here Comes the Pain, the one that I used like in the music video and stuff like that, with like the jersey came out really good. So that was always my favorite creative character that I made up until 2K16. But that's back when I didn't have like the ability to scan shit, so the fact that I was able to make it on my own back then was pretty cool. I
should still have the memory card for the first SmackDown versus Raw where I have everybody.
Okay. Did you copy them from my thing?
No, I made everybody on my own.
Okay.
Me, you, and Eddie made everybody on our own.
All right. Eddie was always the easiest to make because they had the hair with the braids and just put NWO logo with an X over it.
Yeah, and then I just,
Jeff
I would just give Jeff Hardy Jeff Hardy's moveset, and he'd be ecstatic. Oh, you did such a good job. Like, yeah, I bet.
Just throw a 5-star on there and you're fine.
5-star, and you're fine. A 5-star in the Super Chin Music, and you're fine. You couldn't give him Shawn Michaels super kick though, because he didn't do the super kick like Shawn Michaels. He did the super kick like Lance Storm, but with more authority.
Yeah.
So that's enough useless information for our viewers.
Oh, if you want to know, you can check out the Extreme Zone Wrestling YouTube if you want to know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yes, that's always a laugh if you guys want to check that out. That's always entertaining.
Look, I had my old coworker watch. Like, I think one day he was just bored, and I sent him like one video, and he was just watching EZW for a whole day. I'm like, that's pretty impressive. I don't think I can watch EZW for a whole day.
For a whole day, no. I got to be on a serious time trip for that.
It's either got to be like watching my own matches, or like matches that I like have good memories of, or like our matches, or just watching something like that's either like really bad that I just like stallion stuff.
Yeah, I can't. I'm done.
Or
done.
Or like Billy breaking somebody's ankle. Other than that, like, there's not much else to watch.
Anything with a traffic cone I can watch. Anything with a traffic cone I can most certainly watch. So that'll wrap it up until next week for our third episode. Fans, when you listen to the podcast, you listen to it for life.
You know, The Rock's gonna tell you a little story. You ain't gonna believe it, but he's gonna tell you anyway. It's tough to be The Rock. No, shut your mouth. No. It really is. Even though The Rock is the most electrifying man in all of showbiz. You see, when The Rock gets too much of the fame and all the bright lights, he likes to kick back and have a slice of that unadulterated delight.
Welcome to Rick's Bakery. Can I help? Wait a minute. Aren't you the famous Rock?
Yeah, The Rock, the people's champ in the house. What's happening,
God,
Slick?
hey, how you doing, guy? Listen, you got to take a picture before you leave, guy.
Whoa, The Rock don't want to take pictures. The Rock just wants a piece of pie. You got any of that in this bakery?
I got every kind of pie you can think of. I got strawberry pie, blueberry pie, apple pie.
What? Oh, no. Whoa. Actually, Slick, it doesn't matter what type of pie you have. Let The Rock tell you a little story about pie. Driving down south, though quickly aroused when my car caught a flat near this old farmhouse. I hope somebody's home, taking a chance at. Knocked on the door and this fine chick answered.
You're The Rock!
Can I use your phone?
I'm shaking. Sure, if you try some of this pie I'm baking.
Daisy Duke shorts on 5 foot stood. Said sure, what the heck, I mean it did smell good.
So as you call Rock in the kitchen towards the vapor?
There's a grandmother, aunt, and a Chinese neighbor. Well, The Rock is going to tell you again. See, it's tough to be The Rock. Yeah, The Rock knows that might sound crass. Oh, and by the way, all you jabronis in the locker room, you can all come kiss The Rock's ass. Because you know, after The Rock lays a smackdown on some big, fat, ugly hermaphrodite, The Rock needs a little distraction, and a slice sounds just right.
The Rock said,
thanks, ladies.
and more kind words. Grandmother said,
Be polite, eat mine first. So I sat down, tried her. She looked quite glad. Had a strange taste of mold, but it wasn't so bad.
that's right.
The Rock, having pie in the country, devoured hers her aunts, and Stella was hungry.
That's all Rock said?
Bored and reading the papers, till finally a plate of the next door neighbors. Gulped it down fast, cause it really did please.
I mean, it tasted so good, Rock was talking Chinese.
Ching bang, bing, gong, bing, gong, aye. That good pie.
Oh, that's the pie you was talking about.
Oh yeah, The Rock knows the millions can smell it now. It's tough to be The Rock. No, it really is. Because you all know The Rock is the most electrifying man in all of showbiz. You see, when The Rock gets too much of the fame and all the bright lights, to kick back and have a slice. No, 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 no. The Rock